Okay. Are we actually... Can you see me? Oh. There we go! Perfect! Okay, so... I know there's a little bit of a delay. I don't think there's anything I can do about that, but that's fine. For anyone who might be joining me live on YouTube, give me a few minutes because I'm gonna go live on Instagram because I'm already almost an hour late, because of course I am. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm going to put something in here. So, hi. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Oh, hi. I just saw whose name it was. Hello, my darling niece. How you doing? All right, I'm gonna go live on Instagram too, so give me a minute. So I know people are waiting for this. Oh boy, are they waiting for this. Yay! Good, good. Okay, live. Maybe not show the bottom of my chin and be professional about it. Title. Graves. Wait, hold on. Ask me anything. And winter solstice. I can't spell. Celebration. Graves Corner. That's what I call these. Graves Corners. Alright, no business partner. Your followers and anyone watching will see this title. And live. Here we go. Hello! Alright, I hope there are at least a few people that are going to join me for this. I'm gonna... It's funny to see the delay on YouTube over here. A big old fat arm in front of the cameras. Oh my goodness. Are you excited for Christmas? Because I know I am. You know what? I am. Dad doesn't know this, but his oldest son already sent a present for him. Hello! You're gonna join me on both? That's hilarious. My dad has a present that already arrived for him from his oldest child, your Uncle JJ. And I just ordered my present for him that should be arriving in a couple of days. Hello. I'm giving everybody a couple of minutes to join. Hello. And if you are on YouTube, you can also join me on YouTube. And if you're already joining me on Instagram, that's fine enough, because I am here. I'm going to be looking back and forth and trying to keep track of everybody and everything. So please excuse me if I'm distracted looking. It's because I'm looking all over the place here. How am I on the camera? There we go. And hopefully you on the YouTube over here, can you see me? Because I'm not getting the best. You know, it's because my screen is so tiny, that's why. There we go, I fixed it. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna drive myself nuts. Hi, Heather! Heather from Heather Loves Horror has joined us, my partner in crime. We recorded our second episode of our podcast earlier today, so that was exciting, and I will be working on that. Yes, Heather, also, I did get your video file. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I did get it, and I shouldn't have issues downloading it, because I didn't before. Alright, I think that is... What? You know, I don't even know, like, makeup is what I'm thinking is good for you, but I don't want to keep giving you makeup. If there's anything specific that you would like, please tell me. Well, I still have time to shop. I'm talking to my niece over here on YouTube. Because I don't know what to get anybody, and I have an idea of what to get for your entire family instead of individual presents, so we might do that. Alright, just I'm dealing with personal family business over here. We'll talk later. Alright, I think I've given people enough time to join. People will file in and out as they will. So let me get started. Today, if you didn't already know, is the winter solstice. I am a practicing pagan since the 7th grade. If you didn't already know that, now you know. And I don't do enough to celebrate the seasons, the changing of the seasons. I'm really big into, the moon and the sun and everything. Oh, good to know that you love art. I will make a note of that too. But I don't really do enough to celebrate what's going on, and it just happens to be that I was getting all dressed and makeup anyways for things that were going on, and I have filming that I need to do over the next couple of days because I have my next Very Graves production coming out on YouTube. And I thought, okay, perfect. Let's do something tonight. I didn't come out with a Graves Corner last week because last week was insane, and this will be my Graves Corner making up for last week. So I did a little poem that kind of goes to the rhythm of The Night Before Christmas, and I would like to read it for you today, basically right now, pretty much right now, except that it's about the winter solstice and not the night before Christmas. And then afterwards, hello, thank you for joining. And then afterwards, I'm going to go through the Ask Me Anything questions. Hello! Yay! My bestie just joined. After I do the poem I'm going to read you all, the winter solstice poem, I will move on to the Ask Me Anything portion. So I will start with the questions that have already been submitted through my story on Instagram. And then, if you have any additional questions you want to ask, then feel free to ask it here. Hello. So, let's get started. But because I'm using OBS on here on YouTube, I'm going to run my title sequence and I'm going to see how that works, because I've never done this before, so. Boom! Oh, is that going to work? The title is running. They can probably still hear me. Alright, hopefully that worked. I'm trying out all this new technology and I'm trying to make it all pretty and stuff, but is that a Saturn star behind you? Oh, behind me is a pentagram. I got this actually from a local witch shop, or metaphysical store, if you will, in the greater Cleveland area. And they have like these wall tapestries you can hang on your wall. And since I started doing all this filming, I decided to hang it as a backdrop instead. I've got a black backdrop behind this thing. And just thought I'd make it, mystical and spooky that way. So hopefully you like it. Hello, thank you for joining. Alright, let's get to reading it's quick, I promise it's quick. For those of you who don't know, the pagan celebration of the winter solstice, and it's not a pagan celebration really, it's just an earth celebration. So you don't have to have any religion, you could just be happy that today is supposed to be the longest night of the year, and then after today you start getting more daylight. So that's the exciting thing about winter solstice, is because how the sun's been setting at like 4:30 at night. After today it's going to start setting later and later until you get to midsummer, which is the longest day of the year, and then the winter starts taking over again. So that's kind of the exciting thing about this season. And so I wrote a poem, again, to the rhythm of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it, yes, it is a little creepy. And it's supposed to just celebrate the fight between the knight, which is the Holly King, is what the knight is called in this paganness ritual, and the Holly King is fighting the Oak King, and the Oak King is supposed to represent the oncoming summer. The oak is blossoming and the trees are going to start growing. So keep that in mind. And here we go. A winter solstice story. 'Twas the evening of solstice, and all through the graves not a creature was stirring, except maybe maggots and snakes. The nighttime drew faster, the sun barely stayed. So the Yule log was lit, and the darkness betrayed. All souls began to panic. Would there ever be sun? Deep inside of this darkness, a war had begun. 'Twas oak versus holly that determined their fates. The sun against the night, truly a match between heavyweights. Holly King swung high, and the Oak King ducked low. While Holly lost footing, Oak came back with a blow. I was really inspired by boxing with this. The King of the Winter was losing this fight, as the young Oak was brawling to bring back the light. As the Holly turned tail, the world felt some peace, for the Earthlings could see the sun rise in the east. Days passed and the sun began to lengthen its stay, for the Oak King was ruling and the night was at bay. Just remember the sun will always return, unless there's an apocalypse. But until then, just keep a Yule log by to burn. Alright. Happy winter solstice, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that. But I literally I was thinking about this a couple days ago. It was like, oh, tomorrow's the night before solstice. 'Twas the night before solstice. And then it just kind of all flowed from there. And being the person I am, thank you. I think it's wicked as well. Being the person I am, I grew up in, singing and show choirs and stuff. Rhyming things just kind of, thank you. Rhyming things just kind of comes to me. Like, I just want to create rhymes and dirty limericks and stuff. There's nothing dirty about this, but, I don't know what this is, but I love it. That was my poem dedicated to the solstice. That's basically it. It's dedicated to this being the longest night of the year, and we're about to get the sun back little by little. As someone with a vitamin D deficiency, I'm very excited about having more sun back, so very exciting. All right, let's get to the Ask Me Anythings, because I'm pretty sure that the people on Instagram are here for, all 3 of you are here because of the questions you've submitted, and I'm a little afraid of that, so let's go take a look at what they say. Okay, I'm gonna refresh. Alright, we're gonna start with the first question. From My Little Slice of Hell Official, where did you get the idea to become a horror host? Is this a dream job or come out of nowhere? Okay, well, first of all, definitely not a job. I'm not getting paid to do any of this. Being a horror host, I did this starting with Terror Tuesdays. Not thinking that, I'm getting to your question, My Little Slice of Hell. I did this thinking that it was just going to be something I do for fun. My mom passed away, it'll almost be 8 years ago, as of the end of February, and she was huge into horror movies. She got me watching them at a very young age. I don't even remember my very first horror movie. I can tell you, though, that I was in the theaters when I saw The Crow, which I was probably like 10 when that came out, and Death Becomes Her, which I was probably like 8, or flip those. One was 8 and one was 10, I think. And Death Becomes Her is, a comedy, but it's very close to Reanimator, where it's got the gore, and dead people are walking around and stuff, and it's great, like, body horror, but it's also a comedy. I was watching those at a very young age. Your first horror movie? Oh, actually, I don't know how old you are. I'm gonna just take a shot in the dark and say Dawn of the Dead, because it's my favorite horror movie. So I'm just gonna say it was that. But so my mom got me into watching horror movies, and when she passed away, I stopped watching a lot of horror. Like, every once in a while, I'd watch something that I'd seen before, but I hadn't watched a lot of new stuff. So over the last 8 years, maybe even a little bit before she passed away, I've missed a lot of horror that has come out, and I know that there was a lot of great stuff coming out, like Jordan Peele was coming out with great message horror movies, and the A24 started happening, and I'm like, there is a horror revolution going on right now, and I want to force myself to watch these things, because it was already bad enough that I didn't want to watch Say Yes to the Dress anymore, which was something I was sharing with my mom when she was getting her cancer treatments. And yes, I still like those kind of things. I'm not a huge drama show person, but I did love those kind of shows, you know, when you're sharing them with somebody you love, and it's about people, you know, getting together and, oh, can you still see me? There we go. Sorry, low battery. Oh, goodness. People getting together and doing wonderful things. I liked sharing that, and it was happy stuff with my mom. But horror was something that I shared not just with my mom, but my brothers, because she got all of us into it. And even for my birthday a couple years ago, I met up with one of my brothers who lives, your Uncle David, who lives a couple of hours away from me now. And we watched It Chapter 2, because his birthday and my birthday, even though he's 8 years older than me, is 2 days apart. So, yeah, horror has always been kind of a part of the family. We'd watch it at slumber parties. And so doing Terror Tuesdays was just me making sure that I watched a horror movie, even if it was something that I had seen before. And then, you know, I found this horror community. I found Heather Loves Horror. I found My Little Slice of Hell. I found the Guts podcast. Girl That's Scary. I Hope You Suffer. He's crafty. Oh my god. That's like one of the most talented people I've ever seen on Instagram. Towards Tombs too. I found all these people. Oh my god, Scary Godmother, B-Movie Betty. I gotta call out all my friends on Instagram. And I found inspiration to do so much more. People were already just turning to me because I'm a weirdo with a personality that's apparently appealing in the horror community. And I thought, oh my god, I was, I'm not anymore, working in an office, hating life, constantly being told that I'm not a creative person when I grew up a creative person and a performer, and this was my outlet. And now that we're in quarantine and I have no job, I am trying to fill my life with this, because if I could do this as an actual job, if I could, I don't know, have Eli Roth discover me or something and start making horror movies, or make a song and have Dave Grohl want to make a song with me, or any fantastic musician or any fantastic director, Ari Aster, reach out to me, please. Blumhouse, call me. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. And I want to be able to connect with the awesome people that I've already connected with here on social media. My goal is to eventually meet all of you in person, really. You guys have just been fantastic. I mean, I already know I'm going to Texas to meet Heather. That's definitely happening. I'm taking Scary Godmother and B-Movie Betty with me. No, you know what, Jenna? Never work in an office. Because if you are working in marketing or sales or something, and you have an idea of how to advertise something, they will tell you that you are not creative because you don't do a graphic design or something. It's the worst environment in the world. Thank you. Heather, you are amazing as well. And by the way, we gotta do more filths. We absolutely gotta do more filths. But thank you. I'm just using this live thing to get praise. Keep bringing it in. No, but seriously, that's how I got to the point I am now, and I have all these ideas, and I feel like there are not enough hours in the day, but I want to present everything, so I'm gonna try my hardest. There's so much writing I want to do. Writing's the hardest thing to get to. Video editing, I went to college for radio and television broadcasting. Again, because I knew that I wanted to work with entertainers, you know? I thought I might be a journalist or an anchor, and it turns out that those people are really fake. And I like being me. And this is... But each have our own... Oh, yes. Absolutely. Going to be there when I come to your... Oh, yeah! I thought I might be dog sitting. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I will be home. You guys will all see me. And I will be cleaning for the next couple of days because this house is a mess again. But, not as bad as it was right before Thanksgiving when your Uncle David came over. But yeah, so I went to school for college. I went to college for radio and television broadcasting. I learned how to use a lot of video editing equipment. I'm just really getting into home lighting. Like, I got just this ring light, but I also have some soft lights that I'll sometimes pull out. And then I took the knowledge I have about video software and I transferred them over to Adobe software because it's just easier to access. And I'm learning new things all the time. Like I'm using OBS Studio, which is a free software, by the way, for live broadcasting. This is my first time using this, and I am scared shitless about it because I don't know if it's working, but I hope it is. But yeah, that's a very, very long answer to that question, but that's how I got to be a horror host. You know what? I love it. And I'm gonna grow it and progress it as much as I can. Lots of copyright issues. You'll hear me talking more than showing clips now because I keep getting pinged by these studios. Like, you can't show that, you can't show that. And I'm like, if I'm talking over it, nobody seems to mind. So, that's what I'm a jokester anyways, who cares? Alright, Lego horror videos. Hello! Lego horror videos. What's your favorite fruit? Okay, that's a random one. My favorite fruits, I have to say, is probably dark cherries. Dark cherries, I like to put them in oatmeal and then microwave my oatmeal with, a few other things, water, flaxseed. This one I'm eating really healthy too. But also I add peanut butter, which can make it a lot of calories and not so healthy. Sometimes chocolate chips, but I'm trying not to do that so much. But dark sweet frozen cherries are the perfect fruit with all of that mixed in. It's so tasty. And then I'll throw like blueberries on a salad or something. I have apples, but I feel like apples are they're just too much effort to bite into one and to finish one. And then if you don't finish it, you feel like you're throwing away good fruit. And you feel wasteful. And if you cut one in half and you plan on eating the second half later, then it gets all brown. It's a whole mess. Fruit's complicated, guys. Horror's not complicated. Fruit is complicated. Oh, I'm making myself laugh, at least. But, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for the question. But yeah, so dark cherries, definitely gonna put that in. I eat them frozen, but I used to get, fresh cherries and then try to tie the stem with my tongue and stuff, but I did it once and I saved the stem, but now I don't know where that is. I think I threw it out because it got dry and gross, so. But cherries are delicious. They're probably not the healthiest fruit out there, but they're really good. And they're really good when you're trying to put together a meal. Okay, so, where'd you get that hat? This is from Pillar of Thriller, who asked me to announce their winner for the next bracket. I'm very excited about that. And, let's see you agree with the frozen cherries. Pillar of Thriller asked, where do you get that hat? It's fire. I got it from Spirit Halloween, actually. I went to Spirit Halloween 4 or 5 times over this break, which a lot of credit card debt racking up from all that. It's totally worth it though. I mean, I got a lot of good props and stuff, some costumes things, definitely taking my horror hosting to the next level, but you can see this is already starting to wear away the color, which is unfortunate, because this is just a little darker than up here, and the back is probably even darker than the front. So that sucks that it's not as vibrant black and white as it used to be, but it's still a really solid hat. Now maybe I'll paint it one day or something, but I love the stripes. I love the stripes. Oh, I want a Christina Ricci black and white striped dress, like the one she wears at the end of Sleepy Hollow, at some point. So, and then I'll have a matching dress to go with my awesome hat. But I love this hat. I don't usually wear hats, but I found this hat, and it goes with my hairstyle all the time. Hello! Welcome! But yeah, so the hats, baseball caps are okay. I just feel like hats, I have a bad shaped head for most hats. But this is my go-to hat from now on. Absolutely. Hello. Okay, so next question. From Amanda.Claire.K. Why are you so stinking cute? Okay, well, stinking because I stopped showering over quarantine. So that brings the stink right there. And then cute is just genetics. I can't help that. But no. Thank you for telling me that I'm so stinking cute. I am usually pretty self-deprecating when it comes to looks and stuff. And what is this? I will post this entire video. when I'm done being live. But the beginning was a winter solstice celebration. I wrote a "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" type poem, and I read that, so that part is over. Oh, if you have a drink, feel free, because I'm drinking and celebrating. But this is also an Ask Me Anything, so if you have questions, right now I'm going through questions that were already submitted to me on Instagram. But after that, if you guys have any questions, just chime on in. I think somebody actually posted a question already that I will get to soon. I have a couple more questions to get to on here. And that's basically it. We're celebrating winter solstice and we're asking me questions. So, what kind of beer? Oh, okay, so I have celiac disease, so I can't drink regular beer, which sucks. If I were drinking regular beer, it would be Bumbleberry by Fatheads. That's my favorite. And I can't drink it anymore. This is Angry Orchard apple cider, hard apple cider. So it's delicious. And sometimes if I drink it fast enough, it can really get me drunk. But I'm just sipping it right now. Out of my finally 21 mug, and there's my lipstick stains. I am no longer 21. I am very far from 21 at this point. But I like this mug, so I'm keeping it. Cool. Okay. So, thank you for the compliment, Amanda. With the stinking cute thing. Oh, Lego horror videos again. Who's your favorite Charmed one? That's a great question. It's between Prue and Piper, for sure. Who here has watched Charmed? Because I love the first 3 seasons, and I haven't seen... There's one season I haven't seen, but I own them all on DVD. So I do have that. But I want to say Prue. She was just such a tough badass. She didn't rely... no spoilers. But after Prue lost somebody, I'll try not to spoil the whole show for you guys, she was really an independent person, and she was a great leader. She had the best powers out of all of them. And I would say Piper, but I feel like she made things way more complicated by being just in the misery of her relationship with Leo, instead of just enjoying life, going with the flow, and figuring things out from there. I think she just made things harder on herself. But I know it's a drama, it's a WB show. Oh, excuse me, beer burp. And, so, I'm gonna say Prue. I'm gonna say Prue. And I'm very upset when her character was gone, but she's just, I thought she was the coolest out of all of them. So, love you, Shannon Doherty. If I ever make a movie, I'll try to put you in it. Oh, I think she's okay. I know she was going through some cancer stuff for a while, but I don't know how she's dealing now. Sarah Michelle Gellar and her hang out, though. Buffy and Prue hanging out, so hopefully she's okay. What's the worst? Oh my god. Okay. I want to answer this one right now, but I'll get back to what I have here. The worst horror movie I've ever watched. And again, sorry if you're watching me live here. I have Instagram going over here. Cemetery Gates, which most people probably haven't heard of, and the only reason I heard about it is because my brother, who I met up with to watch It Chapter 2, rented it once when he was visiting us many, many years ago. And he rented that, and he rented See No Evil with Kane from the WWE. Loved See No Evil. But Cemetery Gates was this independent horror movie about a genetically modified Tasmanian devil that gets loose and starts killing starts killing people, and he or her has babies at some point. But that might be a spoiler for the very end. I can't remember. I've only seen this movie once, and I don't think I was drinking. I was of drinking age at the time. So my brother and I want to get back together, get drinks, and watch this movie because it's so ridiculous. I feel like you have to have a substance in order to really appreciate it. Or you just need to be with the right amount of people whom, when you laugh with them, makes you feel like you're drunk. That's the best. So yeah, Cemetery Gates. That's it's bad. I do want to watch it again though, but it's really bad. I can't even, like, the when you see the Tasmanian devil, it's clearly a guy in a suit, in like a bear suit, ripping things open. It's just so bad. Acting's bad. It's just, but it's so bad that it's easy to laugh at. So it's not like so bad that there's nothing enjoyable about it. It's just really bad and funny. So yeah. Go look for that. I'm pretty sure you can find that. It's probably on YouTube somewhere, so have fun with that. Alright, Heather, if you could bang anyone, who would it be? Jenna, turn your eyes. Put earmuffs on. My niece doesn't need to hear this. God, okay. I'm gonna stick with celebrities, because I'm not gonna call anybody in particular out. Probably Jared Padalecki or Jensen Ackles from Supernatural are the first two that come to mind. But you know, Supernatural just ended, and it's such a great show. And those men, like, from the time the show started, they were hot. They just stayed hot, and they kept getting hotter as they got older. But if you've been paying attention to my Instagram account, you know that I have a thing for somewhat older guys than me. Anyway, so that would be my answer. That and maybe Eli Roth, but I feel like he'd be really, really crazy, and I don't know if I'd want to get involved with that. But yeah. All right, so that's my answer for that. So cheap getaway to make it a celebrity, but haha, that's what you get. All right, I want to see what this question mark is here. So I've never used this before. We're okay. Oh, okay. So these are the questions that I put up on the story. So, what do you like more, The Walking Dead or It the Clown? Okay, that is a question from my niece who's been watching. Hello. You already missed the answer to your question, but don't worry, I'm gonna post it, Amanda. So you will see this video later. But, okay, so between The Walking Dead and It the Clown, I have to go with It the Clown, actually. You know, I love The Walking Dead. I've been watching The Walking Dead from the beginning, but it's just gotten too complicated. Like, I love the zombies, and I wish there were more zombie scares, and there are some zombie scares. And it's just, they've broken off into, like, the stuff with the different television spin-offs. It's just really hard to keep up with. I haven't watched the last like 2 or 3 seasons of Fear the Walking Dead, and I liked what I've seen of Fear the Walking Dead, but I know that they introduced a lot of characters and they jumped forward in time, and Morgan went from one series to the other, and now they have this whole new one, and they're supposed to be ending the series in a couple of years with like a movie which will bring back Michonne and Rick at some point. I'm probably spoiling a lot of things for people. I'm not gonna give you specifics other than that. Hello. But if I had to choose between, if I could only watch one for the rest of my life, would it be the movies with it in him, like the miniseries, which I have on VHS, or the It Chapter 2, It Chapter 1, and you know the upcoming It Chapter 3 supposedly we're gonna be getting. When I choose that, I would choose that over The Walking Dead. I just think that, well, the clown is scarier. It's just generally scarier. And then you got these awesome kids that show the unity between the outsiders. And it's just an inspiring show. Inspiring story altogether. And I mean, it's Stephen King. I mean, how am I not going to choose Stephen King over The Walking Dead? I was never into the comic books, so I just, you know, I don't have the legacy that I feel like if I was a devoted person to it, like, I would choose The Walking Dead. But no, I'm, you know, Stephen King, I've read some of the books. Okay, I've read, like, 1 or 2 books. And, just all the movies I've seen of Stephen King, it's just, I gotta go with King. So, that would be the answer to that question. I think we might be at the end of my questions. So, unless anybody wants to chime in the next, like, minute, I think I'm going to be calling this a night. I will tell you, just going over the chat here to see if there's anything I may have missed. I will tell you that I watched... Oh, I didn't wave at you. I'm sorry. I will tell you that I watched the Phantasm. I watched Phantasm and my DVD copy of it. And there are a crap ton of DVD previews. Some really weird ones that I'd never heard of before. So I may go live again in the next week or so, just to do, and just on Instagram. It's not something I do on YouTube, but I would go live to show you those previews on that DVD. So, oh, when is there another zombie short? Okay, there is not going to be another, well, I mean, I can't say never, but there's currently not another zombie short in the mix, or coming up. What is coming up is this week will be the next Very Graves production, because I'm coming out with one of those a week, and it is called Cat Coven, which kind of explains itself. There'll be a little bit of a twist thing in there. I'm doing most of that filming tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but then I realized that I was going to have to... I'm going to get really goth. I'm going to get as goth as I can get, because I'm not goth. But I'm going to, wear as much black eyeliner and lipstick as possible, and it's gonna flow kind of from there. My cats, because I got 4 of them, are gonna be featured in this, and probably Lincoln and Buster, my dogs, because you can't keep them off the cameras sometimes. But yeah, so that will be debuting. I'm gonna try to get it out Thursday, but it might get pushed to Christmas Day, but it'll still be a Christmas gift. It's just gonna... there's some special effects things that I've never done before that I'm gonna try to add into this whole thing. So hopefully I'll have tiny special effects. If you look at my last Graves production, Very Graves production, the Afternoon Tea with the Dead, which Amanda inspired for everyone watching. Amanda actually inspired by saying Afternoon Tea with the Dead as a answer to a movie question. That, if you look at my eye color, when I changed into a zombie at the end, spoiler alert, I actually used a little bit of, and it didn't turn out perfectly, but I used a little bit of extra special effects, because I don't want to wear contacts, to change the color of my eyes. But that was just kind of a one step there, and that took forever, and I still couldn't get it perfectly right. But this is going to be something a little bit different, and we'll see how it works out. So it's going to depend on, the filming part should be easy. The editing part should be easy until I get to the special effects part. So we'll see. Hopefully you can get it out by Thursday, by end of day. If not, definitely Christmas. I'll stay up all night looking for Santa, trying to get this thing filmed for you, or edited for you guys. Christmas dinner with the zombie. I mean, I'd have to wait till next Christmas for that. Christmas dinner with a zombie. But I will put that in my back pocket. I'll make a note of it. But yeah. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for following all the crap that I'm doing. Hope you are having a great long day or long night tonight for winter solstice. Hopefully you enjoyed my poem. I might write it down. I have a website that I never use, but I want to use, so I might write it all down and put it on there in case people want to, pass that around or repeat it to their own friends and family and stuff. That's it. Take care. Tomorrow's Tarot Tuesdays. If you didn't already know from checking out my feed on Instagram, my YouTube people might not know about Tarot Tuesdays. We are watching the 2006 Black Christmas, which I just rewatched for Tarot Tuesdays because I pre-filmed those now, and it's so good. I don't understand why people hate this movie, but I love it. Look out for the announcements from Pillar of Thriller. I will be announcing the winners of the next bracket they have up right now. If you haven't voted yet, go to Instagram, find @Pillar of Thriller, and go vote. And I have ideas of how I'm going to announce that, so stay tuned. Alright, thank you guys. Thank you so much. This was fun. And I will talk to you later. Bye!